You are right, young lady. You are in
I
the
hate
money.
that.
Then he escaped from jail.
But sometimes just a little TV show is what people need.
Yeah.
Hey there, I'm Joan Van Ark.
And I'm Michelle Lee.
And I'm Donna Mills. And
And
we're not done yet.
Not at all.
Very
Not
good.
at all.
Very good, girl.
Perfect.
Anyway, good to see you all. I want to get to our guest without further ado because she is such a lovely person. She hosted Inside Edition for 30 years, and now she has a new game show called The Perfect Line. And she is a delight, the wonderful Deborah Norville. We are so happy to have you with us here today, Deborah. Thank you
Look at her.
for coming and sitting with us and having some conversation.
I love it. It's so great to see all you guys. And I have to say, I love the name of your podcast. And and when I heard we're not done yet, what flashed in my mind was that what is one of my favorite lines from the Broadway hit Spamalot, "We're not dead yet."
Is that what it's called?
Dead.
Kind of the same thing.
I love it.
My
Well,
God.
you guys all look fabulous.
Uh,
Time has
thank
not
you.
touched on your faces at all.
That's right. I
Thank
did
you.
it once.
Thank you.
You
And
did
You want to see a
Spamalot?
scar?
No,
never
oh,
mind.
that
There
you
go.
mean. Oh, no. We don't go there. Yeah, we don't go there. Anyway, it's great to see you all. Thank you for having me. Congrats on the show.
And
Well,
congratulations on your new show, your new game show.
Thank you. I have to say, I have had so much fun shooting The Perfect Line. I mean, y'all know I pulled the plug on Inside Edition after 30 plus years.
I know we have to talk about that too.
right in and
Yeah,
of
I hear
itself.
about that.
Yeah,
That's
and
worth
I'd love to talk
celebrating.
about it. But I gotta say, I honestly didn't know if I could do a game show. I've done a lot of different things in television, but a game show is a completely different animal. And you've done this before. You shoot a pilot for something, and it's in game shows, it's not really real. It's like,
Right.
well, we might have a set here, and we might do this here, and there might be a podium. But for now, just imagine all these things exist. So the pilot, the teaser looked nothing like what a real show is going to look like. So it's the day that I'm doing my very first actual taping. This is for real. This is going to count. Somebody's going to see this on TV. I've never done this before. And I'm standing behind the scenery, and I look up, and the set was gigantic, and way up there are the rafters with the lights hanging on them. And I looked up at those rafters. I said, God, if you want me to be good at this, now would be a really good time.
Ah.
And I walked out there, and
Timing is everything.
Timing's everything. I felt like I've been doing it forever. And I had such a nice time. The contestants were so beautiful. And to get to talk to them and just like help them win money, it was joyful.
Tell us how the show works, because I knew a little bit. I watched a little bit, but
Yeah,
you have to be really bright for this thing.
you actually don't. That's why this show is so good. Because unlike, let's say, Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune, if you guess it wrong, you're out. You're done. Wheel of Fortune is basically hangman. And if you guess the wrong letter and it's not up there, you're finished for that round. With my show, The
Adios.
Perfect Line, adios is right. So all we want you to do is put stuff in the right order. So like one of my favorite lines, as we call them, was put these cocktails in order of popularity. And I'll put the first cocktail on the line for you. And let's say the first cocktail I put up there is a vodka tonic. That happens to be my drink of choice. So vodka tonic, we start up there. All right, Michelle, you are contestant number 1. Your cocktail is a margarita. Is a margarita more popular or less popular than a gin and tonic? What do you think?
Less.
Boom, you're wrong. It's actually more popular. Okay, so you're out of the money for this one. Donna, you're contestant number 2.
Okay.
Your cocktail is, and I think I'm remembering this correctly, your cocktail is a martini. Is a martini more popular than a vodka tonic? More popular than a tequila, a margarita, which is at the top. It's more popular. Is it less popular than a vodka tonic, or isn't it in between a vodka tonic and a margarita?
I think it's in between.
You are right, young lady. You are
I
in the
hate that.
And And that is how we play the
Yes.
perfect line. So
She always
like
hates
you
it when I'm
totally
right.
guessed it. You totally guessed it. Or maybe you know, I don't know, but there's an actual survey about this stuff. And we use the actual surveys about all this random stuff. I could have used a different word. And if you guess it right, great, you're in the money. If you know it, even better, you won't have to guess. But at the end of the day, you can win as much as $15,000. So it's not a lot of money, but for some people, it's just the right amount of money.
Well, for some people, that is a lot of money.
Let me tell you a crazy story. So there was one girl, she made it to the final round. You get to the final round, you play a pricing game, and if you get it right, you get to take the money home. And we're chatting in the commercial break. I said, where are you from? And we shot this show in Atlanta. So a lot of people from Atlanta, Georgia, Carolina, Alabama. She said, West Virginia. I went, West Virginia? What are you doing here? She said, well, when I found out we could be on this show, my husband had a business trip he needed to go on a little south of Atlanta. So we timed it so I could be here for this. I said, wow, that's really amazing. So then we get to the part where I say, on camera, what are you going to do with the money if you win? And she says, our son has, she names a disease that I cannot pronounce, and he has profound physical handicaps. We drive 45 minutes each way for hydrotherapy. This is exactly how much we need for our home hydrotherapy machine. I'm like, we have to win this money. You know what?
Wow.
She won.
Oh,
She got the
yay.
money. It
Yeah.
was like, you know,
Oh.
every other show could have been horrible, but that one, we changed somebody's life for the better. I'm good.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
it makes you feel so good that
Yes.
what you're doing, the entertainment that you're doing, really helps somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Yeah.
know, I
You
mean,
know, it
that's
may be
really
just a little
nice.
TV show, but sometimes just a little TV show is what people need.
Yeah.
Catches.
Do you always do it in Atlanta?
Well, we've only done one season,
Oh,
so I'm going to say yes.
yeah.
If God smiles on us and we get a second season, and I don't think we find those things out until like end of February, middle of March. I would assume we'll shoot it down there. I thought it was a fantastic facility. We shot at the same place. It's called Trilith Studios, and it's this unbelievable facility built by the son of the guy who founded Chick-fil-A. Dan
Oh,
Cathy spent
Whoa.
$440 million of his own money to build on one side of the state road a little village with two gigantic television studios. There was an ancillary studio to where I was shooting. Zach Brown was working on material for his Vegas show across the hall. I'm like, well, this is awfully Hollywood. I didn't expect that. On the other side of the road, there were, I think it was 30 film sound stages, what you ladies are used to working in, where they shot the Marvel movies. The most recent movie that had been done there was the new Superman movie. So this is like a top drawer Hollywood facility, 25 minutes south of the Atlanta airport in the state of Georgia. It
Yeah.
was great.
It's amazing. A lot of shooting is done down in Georgia now.
Yeah.
It's
They find the right places and they take their crew and then
yeah.
everybody,
It's
there you
not great
go.
for Hollywood because,
No, it's
you
been
know,
really tough for California. But I understand that California has sort of wisened up to what these other states have been doing. The only reason anybody went to Georgia to do this stuff was they gave them some very attractive tax benefits.
yeah.
yeah.
And it's my understanding California has said, you know what, we can play that game too.
Yeah.
So I think
Finally,
that's very
Gavin,
good for the industry.
yeah, finally Gavin Newsom was said, "Oh yeah, we'll do that." I don't know why he didn't do it years ago. He's very conversant with the film industry and everything.
Yeah.
And I never could figure out why he didn't do it before now, but he finally did it, so I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and hopefully it's, you know, it's the talent has always been in Hollywood. As you said, Joan, they'll put them on the plane and they'll fly them to wherever. Half the people I was working with had all been, you know, were basically camping there like I was from California. I didn't come. I came from the East Coast and I'm from Georgia. So for me, it was great. There were people I went to high school who
Huh.
were there. I'm like, whoa, you're from my hometown. That's awesome. But yeah, the locust of the entertainment business is where you guys are in California, and it would be great for the industry for them to be able to do more production back there.
Well, you did Inside Edition from here, didn't you?
No, we are a New York City based show. I did Inside
Wow.
Edition from
I
the
don't think
CBS
I ever
Broadcast Center
realized
for
that.
all those years. We have a bureau out there in LA. And when I would be in California, you know, a fair amount at the time, I would always shoot from the LA bureau, but our base of operations was the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I looked up, I said, I must have done an interview with Deborah sometime. And we
Did
have
you find it?
no.
Wait, you kept track of every interview you ever did?
No, I asked ChatGPT.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
but
right.
you and I have met. I know that we've met.
Yes,
And
we've
maybe it
met.
was from our mutual friend who's a writer. Maybe that's how we know each other. But I know I've met you. And
Yes.
Michelle, I'm pretty sure that were
You know
you on
what?
the Today Show when I was on that? I swear to God, I think I've interviewed all
We
of
Probably.
we
you.
You
did.
Yeah,
know,
The three of us did that at some point.
I would bet. I would bet.
what
Even though
happens
y'all were
is,
on CBS, your show was so big
you're
that,
right,
anybody right now, the networks will only interview the people that appear on their networks. They've gotten very silly that
right.
way, in my opinion.
I'm
But
aware of that, though. You can see that they're selective.
yeah, and
The world
I
has
think it's
changed.
foolish. Yeah, I don't think it helps their program, and I don't
Yeah.
think it helps the show they're trying to promote that much to only let those people talk to. If it's an NBC show,
I
only
know.
have it on the Today Show. I
Yeah.
don't think that helps anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I would have thought that's why I thought, well, I must have forgotten, or and you can't
Oh, I don't
remember
know what I did yesterday,
interviews
so
you've
I'm
done and stuff
100%
like
sure
that.
that I would forget.
So I asked Chat, and he said, it's a guy. Um,
Guy.
I call him Chad.
Chat's always a guy. Nobody calls their
Yeah.
chat girl.
Hey,
I know it can't be a girl. You can get a girl's voice on there. You can get an accent. You can get anything. Anyway,
Okay.
I asked him. He said that none of us had ever been interviewed by you.
What?
Well, I'm glad we're finally fixing it if
Me too.
Chat is correct.
Well, does
I'll tell
Joan
you
get a
what's so
question
funny.
or no?
You know what happens in this business?
Yeah.
Because when you said, I'm sure we did something, when we've all been in the business, you a shorter time than we have. But
We're the old
man,
guys.
when we've all been in the business for so long, I swear, you meet people, you know that you've met them before. And we all think we know everybody
Yeah.
because one, it is a family of people who kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know them so well, it's like, oh, hello. I mean, I've seen you for 30 years on your other show, which
Yeah.
we talk about for a minute, but it's so true. It's like, of course I know you. Of course you did
But
talk.
don't you find the same thing with people that you just see, when you're out and about living your normal life? They feel like they know you because
Oh yeah.
you
We
were
went to
part of their
high
life for
school
so
together.
long. Yeah. So maybe you
That's
didn't go to
right.
high school, but they feel like they did because they
Oh
they know you
no,
so well
yeah.
because they've watched your work.
They're lying. I'm lying. They go, oh, no, or they think I know you so well. I
Yeah.
think we went to high
Yes.
school together, didn't
Yeah,
we?
that's probably it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
we
that's
we
it.
came we
Yeah, I'm
came into
sure it is.
their living rooms,
yeah,
I mean, we were or their bedroom, if the TV set happened to be in the bedroom.
sure.
So they do feel familiar with us.
But
And
don't you find that very complimentary? I mean, I
yes,
don't think people come up to you if they don't like you and didn't appreciate your work.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a
Yeah.
compliment they pay when they say, "Oh, I know you."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've spent time with you, and time's the most precious thing any of us have, and they
Yeah.
chose to spend it
Ab-
watching you and your
Yeah.
work.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The only time you get, and I think we've talked about this before, the only time you're in trouble is when they get too familiar. Hi,
Oh,
come over and see. Come here. Come over and see my sister, my brother, and the whole rest of the family.
Right. Or the
Come
ones who
over
try
here.
to hug you and kiss you.
Right.
or the handsy one, like the handsy radio guy that Taylor Swift sued for $1 and won. Yeah, the
Real.
handsy
What?
people are. Don't you remember that? Oh
No.
my gosh. Yes, there was a radio, I believe it was a radio disc jockey, and she was doing an event appearance, something. And, you get the picture made, and the person, you have you stand there like you do. And the hand was on her rear end. And that was not to be done.
Yeah.
And, me, I
Yeah.
would just go, and
Who are
maybe
you?
try to
And
grab
can
his
I
hand. I'm
have your
like, but
number?
I would probably not say anything because I'm just stupid that way. But kudos to Taylor Swift. It wasn't right that he did that. And she did
Right.
take him to court. And a lot of people initially were unsupportive of Taylor Swift taking that legal
Interesting.
action because they thought, come on, you're Taylor Swift. He's just a little guy. but it was the principle of it.
Yeah.
And really, I'm paraphrasing for her now, and who am I to paraphrase for Taylor Swift? But she essentially said something like, I did this for every other woman who's had it happen to her, because it's not right. And she's 100%
Yeah.
correct about that. It is
Right.
not right for some guy you don't know to put his hand on
A
your
little guy with
rear
a
end,
big hand.
Yeah.
or a big guy with a little hand. It doesn't matter.
Either way.
The hand doesn't go there.
Yeah. I stopped taking pictures with men for a while because I
Wow.
had a guy who went to the networks, went to ABC News, with the picture of me and him. You know how you take pictures with
Sure.
people when
Sure.
they, and he said he was my boyfriend, that he
Oh,
lived in my house, and that all these things. He was in jail, by the way.
Oh my.
Then he escaped from jail. And the
Oh wow.
detectives called me and they said, you better get out of town because this guy's going to come for you.
That's so
And
scary.
I did. And they
How long
ended
did
up
you have to leave home?
shooting him under a house in Silver Lake.
Oh
Wait a
my
minute, you
God.
never told us that story.
You never asked.
That's
yeah, right.
terrifying.
You don't know the right questions.
Yeah. No, I mean, it really was. And after that, I didn't take pictures with anybody for a very long time because, you know, and
Yeah.
you put your arm around him or they put their arm around you. And so then he says,
Yeah.
she's your boyfriend.
The autograph shows are where you get into a situation like that all the time.
Yeah.
And it can
Wow.
be,
Deborah,
and
we have
Wow.
too
to go
late.
back to
It's
Deborah.
late that you find out about this.
Yeah.
It's
Scary
after it's all
stuff.
said and done.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Deborah,
Yeah.
I know I have to get back to what we were talking about. Yes, your new show, the game show, which sounds
Yeah.
like a lot of fun, is one thing, but let me just go back a little bit to the other show you did for 30 years,
Yeah.
OMG. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how one could do it except that. In knowing everything you've done, I mean, from even before that, I mean, you were like a major coming on major female woman doing everything you did before Inside Edition. I mean, it
I've
was
been blessed.
amazing. You were on top of everything. But tell us about in all those years when you were, oh my gosh, the places you had been
Oh, it's
to
been incredible. I
and
mean,
the
I'm from a
things.
little teeny town in North Georgia where wall-to-wall carpeting was invented. The fact that I've had the career that I've had, I've gotten to go, like you said, Michelle, to all these amazing places and cover these stories. I still pinch myself. And maybe
What was
that's
the
why I
most,
lasted. Um, wow, there's so many. Um,
or frightening, the most frightening thing?
oh, the scary one. Oh, I'll tell you the most scary one. That was in the very early days. I was a local reporter in Atlanta, and I had gotten information that the Georgia women's prison was using antipsychotic drugs as a means to control the population because they had twice as many inmates as the prison was designed to hold. And so they're basically drugging these people with
Oh,
really heavy duty stuff, Thorazine, Haldol, Mellaril, Prolixin, really major stuff. And so I'm doing that story. And as part of the story, one of the other things they were doing to super punish these women, they would send them over to the funny farm, the place where the mentally insane, criminally mentally insane were being kept as a means of punishment. They were not insane. They were criminals, but they weren't insane, but they would send them over there to just like teach them a lesson. So this is like going to be a very big story. And needless to say, the Department of Corrections didn't want me to do this. But I got permission. I got in there and I am filming in the Institution for the Criminally Insane. It's me and my cameraman from Atlanta. And it was like going into a real life cuckoo's nest, with the Jack Nicholson movie and Nurse Ratched. These
that,
people were terrifying and they're all locked up, but some were drugged, but we're shooting. And I felt like there was an awful lot of security, which didn't bother me because I wanted to be safe. Later, I get back to Atlanta and I'm, working, looking to film and stuff like that. I get a call from a local reporter in the town where the institution was located. And he said, was there a lot of security when you made your visit? I said, well, how'd you even know about the visit? He said, look, I know everything. I'm a local reporter. I said, that's good. You're a good reporter. I said, yeah, but may I ask why you're asking? He said, we had gotten information that there was a shakedown the morning of your visit, that the officials had heard that they were going to kidnap the Atlanta television crew and hold them hostage until their demands were made.
Oh, for
And I'm
God's
just
sake.
thinking, I was probably
Oh,
22 years old. What would they have done to this 22-year-old girl that they would have had hostage?
oh,
Scared the daylights out of me when I thought about the what ifs. And so I think that good for me that it was early on, because it taught me that you think you've got that camera guy there with you and you're protected, but sometimes the camera makes you a target. And so always
Oh,
know what your exit
oh,
strategy would be, which is honestly a good thing for life in general. Don't go into a disco if you don't know how you're going to get out. You know, that
yeah.
terrible tragedy recently in Switzerland. So that was like super scary, but only scary after the fact, I would say.
Yeah, but
Wasn't that a horrible story?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know you've
It
done a
really is.
lot.
And I would say, you have a cameraman with you, but that's one other person. That's
Mhm.
maybe not enough to fend off a
Not
Yeah.
not
bunch
if
of
And he's
people.
got a blind side, right? So he's got that camera right here. So he's completely blind on that side.
Yeah,
Funnily enough, the guy that shot that with me was the same guy that had sent that we worked well together. He was one of my favorite photographers that I got to work with. And again, it's early days for me. I'm early 20s, blue-eyed blonde. They still had Klan rallies in Georgia at this time. This is 1979.
wow.
And I got sent with this photographer to go cover a cross burning. My photographer was African American. So, what are they doing sending a blonde girl and a black guy to cover the Klan cross burning? And I looked at Rob, and Rob looked at me, and I said, they're testing us. And he goes, no, they're trying to kill us. I said, well,
Oh,
we're going to pass the test and we're not going to let them kill us. But I'm going to have my hand on your back the entire time we're there shooting. And so the entire time we're there, and it was exactly what you've seen in the movies. It was the guys in the white things with the pointy hats and the cross and the fire in the middle. I didn't think that was something I would ever experience. But again, that was early days. But I want to tell you, I had my hand right there on, right on the belt of my cameraman. If I was going to have to grab him by the belt to save him, I don't know what, little girl like me was going to be able to do, but I was going to do whatever I had to. So yeah, there were some crazy adventures in the beginning, but on
Oh,
the other side, there was amazing stuff. I got to interview Margaret Thatcher when this was on the
Oh
Today
my
oh
Show.
my
God. Did you go to London?
No, this was even better because it was in New York City during the General Assembly, the UN General Assembly. And the night before, she and President Bush 41, had dinner, and they decided, this was 1990, September 1990. Over dinner, they decided it would be nice to have a UN resolution authorizing the invasion into Iraq. This was after Kuwait had been invaded by Iraq, Saddam Hussein,
mm,
but that they didn't think it was necessary. And when you do an interview and somebody says something that you're thinking, oh, that could be a soundbite, a little bell goes off in my head. Well, that bell was not only dinging in my head, but on wires across the world, US and UK prepared to invade Iraq. And I got to ask her the question that made her say that. And it was not just that she said that, it was the way she said it. She was so badass. She was so sure that this was the right strategy. And to hear a world leader be so confidently certain of what they were prepared to do, if you weren't Saddam Hussein, it was very reassuring. If you were Saddam Hussein, it was scary as all get
not so
out.
much. Yeah. Oh, geez, wow.
but
Deborah, I want to know where this backdrop of where you are,
Oh,
whatever building, is this a hotel? Is this your place or?
I'm in a library. Yeah, I'm in the library of my home.
Oh,
It's
it's
lovely.
beautiful. And
Thank you.
you have a pattern on the couch there
Isn't that
behind you.
pretty? Yes, I
I,
love
I
that.
I have something very similar, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
think it might be like Mark Sykes, or no, it's Brunschwig and Fee, because I'm a decorator. And let me just show you this.
you're a
That
decorator?
ottoman. Well, I'm also a builder. You see that ottoman?
Yes,
It's beautiful, right? You can tell me it's beautiful.
yes,
I
yes,
yes.
it's
made that
beautiful.
myself with my
All
own
Go
two
right.
hands.
on.
I built
Kudos,
it.
Go.
kudos.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
you go on
right.
my Instagram, you'll see some stupid video back in there somewhere, or maybe it's on my website. But anyway, I made a video about how you build an ottoman slowly. But basically, I built a wooden base, And then on top of it is the foam that all upholstered pieces have, and then sort of the quilt batting on top of it. And then, you know, you basically start at the bottom, and then you work your way up, and you make the what do you call it? The passepoil, the piping that goes around it. Staple gun, staple gun, staple gun. Make it tight. Good.
You could do your own dress.
Oh, I did that.
You
I
do.
made. I sew. Yeah, absolutely. I sewed
Well,
all my clothes. If you go on my website, deborahnorville.com, and you look at the publicity photos from the early years, every single outfit I'm wearing,
No.
homemade. Because I didn't make enough money to buy clothes. I bought
good on
remnants at the
you.
fabric store, and I would make my own little outfits. My interview suit, I had one suit, was made by me with horsehair lining and herringbone stitching back there. Yeah, I
This-
made my own clothes.
You
Where
are
did
too
you learn to
much.
sew?
I learned to sew. I made my first pair of pants when I was 9 years old.
All
And
right.
so I've been sewing for a very long time. When I got married, maybe I can find it on my phone and show you guys. I can hold it up to the camera. When I got married, you know, you go to those wedding places and you look at the wedding, what do you call them, bridesmaids outfits and stuff, and they were all so horrible. I thought, well, I can't put my sisters in this. And so how do I get into the albums?
Your real
So
sisters?
my real sisters, yeah. Like my three sisters were my, what do you call bridesmaids. So I was looking and looking, couldn't find anything good. I said, well, the heck with it. I'll make it myself. And I told them which measurements I needed. Okay, your waist is smaller than mine. Your boobs are bigger. And so I made the outfits accordingly, you know, bigger or smaller using my body. And I said, you just have to hem them. They fit like a glove. I was so happy. And yeah, so sewing is my therapy. Makes me happy.
Oh,
That's
yeah. It's like
fantastic.
a
And
little.
that's invaluable. That's
What's
so
your
good.
therapy?
What, I mean,
Who's
Yeah,
jogging
all
for
of you.
me.
Jogging?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Doing a
we were
workout.
just talking about that before, Joan. You got to stop that.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
all I do. I don't do much else. But I do carry, 14 marathons under my belt.
Oh my word.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Boston
incredible.
and New York.
But I'm talking about now. Now is, with your back and, all that. Now you
Now, do you think, in other words, there's a connection that's why?
Oh,
No, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
jump up and
don't
down
go
on
there. You
cement
can't. Yeah.
oh, I
anymore.
know. No, it's terrible. It
Okay.
is
So
very,
here are
very.
the wedding dresses. Let's see if
Oh,
you can.
honey.
Yeah.
Boy,
So
Look
that's,
at
you have one, and
you. Oh,
there's a wardrobe for with every taste.
yeah. And what's
Oh,
so nice is the dresses were strapless. So they had the little bolero jackets for
oh,
inside the church, you know, because you can't be bare in the church. And then for the party afterwards, they ditched the jackets and off they went.
oh,
I
I
I
had
love
love
it.
so much
that.
fun making them. I said I want borrowers' rights, but I don't think the dresses are around anymore. It's been
oh,
38 years.
Well, the flowers aren't too shabby
They were
either.
beautiful. Yeah,
They're
it was
gorgeous.
a
yes.
great day.
I
Was
think any kind of physical activity that you can do to make something is such good therapy and so good for your mind and so
You
good
Yeah.
are
for your heart.
so correct. You are.
and you have
Yeah.
something to show for it.
I call it the creativity cure. I think
Hmm.
there's two ways when you're down in the dumps, and we all do. It doesn't matter. You can be the most positive person in the world, but we all have those days when things are less bright
You're
and
right.
sparkly. There are two ways to get out of it. Do something for someone else. You go to your
Oh,
local soup kitchen and you serve your guest at the soup kitchen, and you will feel so much better about your life. And the
Yeah.
other thing is to take raw material. It could be a bolt of fabric, it could be balls of yarn, it could be fresh fruits and vegetables. Take those fruits and vegetables and turn it into a wonderful pasta. Take the fabric and turn it into the ottoman behind me. Take the
Yeah.
yarn and make a scarf that you give somebody else.
Yeah.
There is no way that you won't feel better about yourself,
Yep.
because the only reason that
and you
pasta
did
exists or
something
that
for
ottoman,
others.
you did it. You did it yourself. So you're not the worthless person you might have thought you were, because somebody with worth would not have been able to do what you just created. And
Yeah.
you're so right. You did something for someone else, because most of us make stuff and give it away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's funny. I used to sew a long time ago,
Mhm.
strangely enough, but the thing that I like to do if I'm feeling anxious or nervous or
Hmm.
whatever, I iron.
Oh,
Oh my,
oh, I love
I know, and
that.
most people
Oh,
hate to iron. They go, "Oh my God, iron." I love to iron. I love that instant gratification of
Yeah,
seeing the
it is
to
a
wrinkles
see
go.
the
quickie. It's a
wrinkles
quickie.
go away.
yeah. Some people vacuum. They get really they
Oh
get
yeah.
quite satisfied by seeing the lines in the carpet pile
I
kind
was
of
just going
all
to say
nicely.
you
Yeah.
could
And the
do
Yeah.
hum,
artwork with
Yeah,
the
with
white
that.
With the
noise,
line.
the
Yes, exactly.
hum.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Or the
something
Right.
noise.
about instant gratification like that that
Yeah.
really is weird. I never
Well,
thought
there's
about
that
it anyway
great
before.
graduation speech by Admiral McCraven that was now several years ago that he gave where, and a small book was published about it. But he says, first thing you do every morning, make your bed.
Yeah,
Oh, for
I
Make
sure.
do.
your bed. You've
Exactly
done
right.
something
First
useful
thing.
Start
and
the day
positive.
and then the coffee.
Yeah.
But
But
first
make your bed.
Or
pull the
coffee
bed up.
while you're making the bed. Oops.
No, but
Oops.
that is very
Yeah.
important. That's a
I used
pattern
to needlepoint.
that gets it started. It
Oh,
gets it
needlepoint is
started.
great. Needlepoint, Michelle, is actually scientifically proven to be a healthful activity because the repetitive motion of needlepoint, there was a study done at Harvard Medical School where they found that repetitive motion actually lowers the blood pressure
Oh,
of the
I'm
person
sure.
doing it, lowers their heart rate. And if you had stress cortisols in your bloodstream, because they literally were drawing blood from these people, they have seen that diminish. So it is one of the most healthful things you can do if you're dealing with stress and anxiety, that repetitive motion,
And it's a
crochet, knit,
focus
and it's
because
a
there's
focus.
little holes. It's a
Hmm.
focus and a rhythm.
And the
And it's
rhythm.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also something to see and look at that
Yeah.
you did
Yeah.
that was a positive
Yeah.
that
Well,
you
it's
I
that
used to
instant
do that on the
gratification
set.
Donna was saying. You used to
yeah.
Pardon?
needlepoint on the set?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Long time
I
ago.
told the story before, but I have to do a short one. I used to sit on my needlepoint when we were rolling, right? And as soon as they would say cut,
Oh,
started
you were
again.
obsessed.
You got to
Oh,
be
I
careful with the
was.
needles, though. You know what I mean? Jeez.
But I did. I was, once I got into it, forget it. I made
Yeah.
so many things
But
that I can't
it
find
keeps
anymore.
you sharp. It keeps you doing your thing. That's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
important.
Going back to what you did those 30 years, okay, tell us about something that was amazing and positive and wonderful and exciting, opposite the negative that you had to go through that time.
Mm. Um, I think the stories that still stand out for me at Inside Edition are not the stories about like the famous people or the big events like being in LA when the O.J. Simpson verdict came or covering the presidential inaugurations and stuff. It's the stories about regular people, usually moms, always women it seems, who were confronting daunting challenges and they figured out a way through. And one of my favorites is a woman I'm still very much in contact with to this day. Her name is Kathy Giusti, and Kathy was diagnosed with something called multiple myeloma. She was having trouble
Oh,
getting pregnant, and she goes to the doctor, and they do all these tests, and then she's literally on the highway driving to a business appointment, and the doctor says, "Can you come in for an appointment?" She says, "No, I don't have time." "Well, are the tests in?" "Yeah, I need you to come in." "I don't have time." "What did the test say?" He says, "At least pull over." And he informs her that she has multiple myeloma. This is quite a few years ago. And in short order, she learns that it's a bloodborne cancer. There is no cure. There's no one doing any real research for it. And by the way, it's diagnosis to death in 4 years. So
ah,
a picture could not be
Merry
more bleak.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she and her identical twin sister go to the library because this is before the internet and start looking up and they realize, well, this is not a good picture. We'll never raise enough money to find a cure for it. But maybe we could raise enough money to seed fund promising research. And if the research is going in the right direction, then big pharma will come and pay for it to go the rest of the way. Well, sure enough, they started a small scientific advisory and they seed funded, and I was part of their fundraising once, I was introduced to these gals. And from no research and no drugs and diagnosis to death in 4 years, there are now, I think it's 9 drugs in widespread use for the treatment of multiple myeloma. The head of our scientific board, a doctor from Dana-Farber Institute in Boston, said, I believe in a very few short years, we will look at this as a chronic disease in the same way we look at type 1 diabetes that we can't yet cure, but you don't have to die from. And Kathy is very much alive. She has gone into remission on multiple myeloma. She later battled breast cancer and beat that too. So if you want to hear the story of someone who didn't say, I'm giving up, and be inspired, I can think of no one better than Kathy Giusti. She is, and she's also somebody to follow on Instagram because she gives such important information about if you've been diagnosed with cancer, what do you need to focus on? How do you get into clinical trials? What about targeted drug therapy? I mean, she's really plugged into all the medical research. And she's changed the way we do cancer research anymore. She realized that everybody was doing the same basic research and starting at ground zero over and over and over again. She said, that's ridiculous. How about I'll share mine, you share yours. And so if you want our information, you share your information. So they built on each other's research and really accelerated cancer research for bloodborne cancers. And that's now the model being used in cancer research across the board.
Wow.
She's like a rock star. And I got to put her story on TV.
Oh, I love
that's
that.
good.
Oh,
That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
What's amazing to me about you doing that show for 30 years, basically, it was you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't have, because I also, I asked ChatGPT, I said, who was her co-anchor? He said, nobody.
That's right.
She didn't have a co-anchor. She did it all herself. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize, obviously I'd watched it, numerous times and stuff like that, but I never realized you never had, I mean, you had reporters and you had, but
Yeah.
it was basically you. It all hinged on you.
Well, no, it hinged on me, but I was sort of like the ground zero that kind of kept the trains on the track going in the same direction. And I think the thing that I brought to the show that helped it be successful for all those years was I was paying attention to what we were sharing. And I'm sure you guys have watched shows in the past where you see the person not reacting appropriately to the story that just aired. And like I saw something that was actually,
that's a sign.
It was on Inside Edition. And there was a graphic that had been in the previous story. And it didn't seem as though that person was referencing that graphic when they talked about the picture. And I'm like, that's interesting. Maybe they had a situation where the story got dropped in later and they didn't see it. Could have been a production thing. But I just feel like people knew I was watching. People knew I was kind of like engaged. And I also reacted like a human appropriately should. A normal person would. And I remember if this name rings a bell for you, Otto Warmbier. Does that name? Otto Warmbier. Otto Warmbier was a University of Virginia student who went to North Korea and foolishly pulled a poster off a wall, was caught on camera doing that, and was arrested by the North Korean authorities. When he was returned home, he was basically comatose and he was not going to survive, and Otto Warmbier died. In America, Otto Warmbier was the exact same age as my middle child, born the same day, the same year. And I am sure that he had friends at UVA that were friends of my son. And when we did that story and he had been brought down the airplane in one of those medical gurney things, and then he passed away, I started crying. Yeah. I was supposed to say Otto Warmbier was 20 years old or whatever he was. And it wouldn't come out. I just started crying. And usually when we have a flub up on the show, because our first show would be live and the second one would be, all the mistakes would get fixed. So the second version was always technically better. The boss said, no, we're not going to redo that. That was real. And I'm sure every mom in America was crying because what had happened to this young man and his family was just so utterly tragic.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But that's life,
what
too.
I'm thinking
Tragedy's
of?
part of life. Yeah.
you in the hospital with your newborn
Oh,
baby, and
yes.
you have to tell that story. I know that
Okay.
story.
All right. And then I can't take any more of your time. But
Oh
yes.
gosh.
So I my daughter came, she's my third child. She came 2 weeks early. And so I got to the hospital. She came at like 4:20 in the morning. And so by 9 something, I'm in a room and I call up my producer, a lady, and I said, I won't be at work today, but I have a really good excuse. It was the first time I called in sick for work, by the way. I said, I just had a baby. Her name, I don't even know if we had a name for her yet, but it's a little girl. She's this, she's that. So that's why I'm not coming to work. 20 minutes later, the phone rings and I answer it. And the producer, and she says it this fast. She said, how good are you feeling? I said, well, considering I had a 7.5 pound baby with no anesthesia, because there was no time for that,
Oh,
I probably feel
oh,
better than I deserve. And she said, well, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, do you think you can come downstairs to the sidewalk and do the rest of the show? We'll have you back up before anybody even knows you're gone. I'm like, what? You want me to come to the sidewalk and do the TV show and then go back upstairs? I said, first of all, they won't let me walk to the bathroom yet. So I'm pretty sure the sidewalk's out of range. And do you remember the outfits they give you in this place, open to the back? This lady was a mom and she's asking me to go on the sidewalk and do a TV show. I said, I can't do that, but I thought about it. I said, but if it's okay with the hospital and you get permission from them and you send hair and makeup an hour before the crew, I'll do it from the hospital room. So on Miguela's birthday, I'm sitting there. Our audience has grown by one. Here she is. I'm fine. She's fine. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but the show must go on. And
She
oh.
did
but
it.
I did it from the hospital. But here's the thing, and you guys will you won't even believe this, but it is so true. I get back to work. My maternity leave was 2 whole weeks. Okay. So that was terrible. But I get back to work, and one of the guys on the assignment desk goes, I can't believe you didn't tell us you were going to have the baby so we could have promoted it. I'm like, I don't even know how to talk to you. What is wrong with you? So yes,
Yeah.
these are the people I was with for 30 years.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have the baby at 2 o'clock. We
Right.
have the camera
Yeah,
crew there
Yeah.
at one
right.
Alert the
thirty.
media.
I mean, really.
I
Jeez.
love that picture of you. Oh my God. And
Yeah.
your husband having a heart attack.
Having a heart attack, yeah. But I look good. So when I do
You look
speeches,
good.
well,
That's
because
all
I
that
had hair
counts.
and makeup an hour
That's
before
all.
the camera. So what I say when I do speeches for hospital organizations, I said, look, you guys want to be the place where everybody comes to have their baby? You just need a staff makeup artist. Every woman, all the babies look the same. But the moms, we look like a truck backed over us. If you have
Right.
a makeup person there, the people
Done
will come to
deal.
your hospispittal. You
I
can
think
charge more
that's,
for the delivery because you get a free makeover. It's all
yeah,
good.
that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why more hospitals haven't taken that on.
So now you're a grandma.
I am. Yes, my son. You also, how old is yours, Donna?
Gonna be 1 year the end of this month.
That's
Oh,
right.
good.
It's
That's
been a year.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Oh
awesome.
my
yeah.
Lord.
Oh,
Oh
Is
ours
my.
this
is
your
three
first?
months. It's our first as well. Yeah, our
Oh,
son and his wife had a little girl in mid-October, and she is absolutely delicious. And we were fortunate to get to have them with us for Christmas. So we got to
Oh,
be there for everything.
oh,
And Grandma knitted a stocking for her, and we're looking at her, we're looking at the stocking, we go, I think she'll fit in the stocking. So we actually have a photo of the little baby in the Christmas stocking.
I love it.
oh, oh,
What's
Yeah.
God,
what's her
love
Santa
name?
was
that.
good to you. Santa
Yeah,
was
Santa was
good.
very good. Her name is Lottie, Lottie. Not short for
Oh,
Oh,
anything. It's just a
That's a
cute little
great name.
slinky name.
beautiful.
Yeah,
nice.
she's a
Very
doll.
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
what it's
love
all
that.
about, right?
Yeah, mine's got a little boy.
Oh, you're
Little
lucky.
boy, and he's
Yeah.
like he's about to walk.
Well, do
Oh,
you
I
have the
bet,
one
of
of
course.
a photo of him is sitting in the waves
Oh, he
over the shore?
surfs. His
What is
his
it?
dad is a surfer. I
Oh,
mean, that's
wow.
not what he does for a living, but I mean, he
He
surfs.
can surf.
And he has taken him surfing, and he stands him up on the board. And when we were in Hawaii, he did it. They got him a little wetsuit. Can you imagine? The wetsuit's about this big.
Ah, he's about this
Beautiful.
big. Yeah.
So cute. Yeah, it's really.
Good.
Very,
But
very
it's
special.
it's a lovely thing, isn't it? Just Michelle knows. I mean, she's been a grandma for how long?
5 years. She turned five on in December. She
Uh,
turned five in December, and she's a killer. Oh, forget it.
yeah,
I
it's a
looked at my son and I said, "Oh God, keep her away from everybody."
Oh,
She's
but it's
telling
a
people what
beautiful
to do, how
thing.
to do it. She's like her grandmother.
Do you have any instinct what you think he will become? I mean, can you tell personality wise or any kind of interest, or is he still way too young?
Are you talking to me?
No, Michelle.
Oh,
Me, it's a
You.
who?
it's
I
a
have a girl.
it's a
I
she.
have a
Oh,
girl. But I will tell you, she's a little actress. Oh, she
Oh,
is.
wonder where
That's what
that
I'm
came
She
from.
wondering.
loves to be
She's
in front of
surrounded by
people.
that.
And she's fun. When you see little kids who have a sense of humor at such a young age, it
That's what I'm
really
wondering.
says so much about where you're coming from and who are the parents that involve these kids
yeah.
in happiness. They just are free to do whatever.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Deborah,
it's
you have
amazing.
3 children, is that correct?
We have three kids. Yes, it was our eldest that made us grandparents, and then we have two others that haven't yet found their person, but they're good humans. I
That's
was just
great.
thinking when you were both talking about your grandchildren, how rewarding it is as a parent to
Oh,
see your child become a parent and realize that you know what, and we're all working women. We worked when our kids were young, and then to see them become parents and good parents,
Yeah,
it's very gratifying
my
as
son. Yeah, the
like
best.
we didn't screw it up. We
yeah,
did
Yeah.
okay. We
I
yeah.
did okay.
realized I didn't screw it up when I saw my son with his
Yeah,
daughter. Really, he's
it's
amazing.
beautiful.
I know you have to go, huh?
This has been great. Thank you
Uh,
guys
Thank
so
you so
much. It's such a
much.
joy to be with you
thank you for
all.
joining us, Deborah.
Thank you for having me.
Such a
Have a
pleasure.
wonderful, happy new year.
And to
Yeah.
you all.
You
Thank you.
Oh, we have to thank Deborah Norville for visiting us. We had such a great time. She's an incredible woman. We all love her. And remember, everybody, please subscribe to us and say you like us because we like you.
Yes, we do. Thank you all for being here.
And
Bye.
come
Bye
see us
bye.
again next week, okay? We'll be here.